I am very sorry. I got a problem in my internet, but I fixed it. And I'm gonna continue streaming. But unfortunately, the previous video, the current stream got cut off, and I had to create a new one. Alright. So let's continue what we were doing. Yeah, we were asking ChatGPT to give us an explanation for this code. Let's see what is it going to say. Um, okay, I'm sorry. So let's see, what is it telling us? I've copied this code that I just wrote for you, and let's see, what is it going to say? Certainly, the code you provided is a Python script that implements a trading strategy using the backtesting.py library. This library is designed for backtesting trading algorithms against historical data. I'll break down the code into its key components. Like, do you see how it's literally, like, it does know what is the code about, and it's gonna explain to you each line. And by the way, if you ask it to write a code for you for backtesting, it's gonna get it done, but of course it's not gonna be perfect. So let's see, TMA, this function calculates the triple exponential moving average, which is TEMA. This is our indicator, and this is how and this is what our trading strategy is relying on, right? So of a series of prices, which is called close in our data. TMA is a type of exponential moving average that aims to reduce the lag often associated with moving averages. The function first calculates three EMAs of the close prices and then derives the TMA from these EMAs. And it's gonna explain to you what does the class do and what does the strategy do. And you can, like, if you don't understand, you could be like, I still do not understand it as I do not have prior programming experience. Please explain it as I am a sixth grader. Let's see what it's gonna say. Sure, let's break it down in a simpler way. Imagine you have a magic recipe to decide when to buy and sell things like toys or cars to make the most money. The recipe uses a special trick called TMA, triple exponential moving average. It's like looking at how popular a toy has been recently to guess if it's going to be more popular soon. Here is how the magic recipe, which is actually a computer program, works. Special math formula. This formula looks at the prices of something, like a toy, over time and uses a special kind of averaging to make a guess about what's going to happen with the price. And by the way, and this is the strategy itself. And here you say when to buy and when to sell. Do you get it? So when it go up or down, this special average is like a super smart guess based on what prices have been doing recently. The trading strategy game plan, which is the strategy, the way it explains it to you if you don't have any experience is just so good. The program has a game plan for buying and selling. If the latest price of the toy is more than the special average price, which is the TMA, it thinks this toy is getting popular. Let's buy it. And this is when you buy. This is when you initialize the buy, when to buy and when to sell. Let's buy it. But if the latest price is less than the special price, it thinks, this toy isn't that cool anymore. Let's sell it. And this is when you sell. So practicing the game, which is backtesting, before actually using real money, and this is the backtesting itself. This concept is just the concept of backtesting. Before actually using real money, the program practices this game plan with old prizes, like practicing a game before the real match. This is why you backtest. You backtest with like with any trading strategy, just to pick one. You're just practicing. It pretends to buy and sell. As I showed you here, this is when you buy, this is when you sell. It just buys and sells when an event happens according to the historical data. So in the end, it will tell you if it won or it lost. And it's all demo data, it's not real. So all of this uh, just to know which one or which trading strategy are you gonna pick to do your thing with, which is automating the bot. Alright, so before actually using the real money, the program practices the game plan with old prizes, like practicing a game before the real match. It pretends to buy and sell according to the rules and sees how much pretend money it can make. It just checks if it's winning, if it's losing, and it gives you all the information I showed you. This practice game is called backtesting, checking the score, and then after we backtest, we check the score. Like this line shows how we check the score. We're checking the score after the practice game. The program looks at how well it did. Did it make a lot of pretend money or lose it? It checks things like how often it won, how big were the wins, and was it better than just keeping the toy without selling it? And the magic box, which is the Python script we wrote. All of this, all of this is done inside a magic box, which is actually a computer program written in a language called Python. I mean, these are giga basics. Well, I told it to explain it as a sixth grader. So this box takes care of all the math and rules, so we don't have to do it by hand, right? So this is the point of programming. You don't have to go by yourself, go sell, go buy, sell, buy. No, you just create something that automates all of this for you. When something happens, buy. When something happens, sell. And this is where you're gonna learn the whole process of creating a bot. As I told you, here you're gonna learn all the process from backtesting. What I'm doing here until creating your own real bot and investing money into it and sleeping while it's selling and buying for you. Right, so you really need to head to that link and check it. You will see that people who just took the bootcamp, what are their comments, you know, you need to check it up. So in simple terms, the program is like a practice game to figure out the best way to buy and sell toys, which are stocks, to make the most pretend money. If the practice goes well, then maybe it can be used in real life too, which what we're doing, we're checking. If it's doing well in the past, we're gonna use it in real life. So we need to keep backtesting. We're gonna backtest a lot more, Let's backtest more strategies, more and more and more and more. So I'm gonna backtest a strategy called Bollinger Band's Trend Breakout, which is bbtb.py. Let me delete this. Alright, these are our trading strategies. So I'm gonna import pandas as BD. I'm gonna import backtesting, but I'm gonna import it the other way. So I will say from backtesting import. What are you gonna import? You're gonna import backtest and strategy, and then you're gonna import a crossover from backtesting.lib. Import crossover, and then from tlib we're gonna import two indicators which are EB bands, B bands I mean, and SMA. Alright, that's perfect. I'm gonna initialize my rating strategy. I'm gonna call it Bollinger Bands Trend Breakout. This is the name of our trading strategy. It's gonna inherit from strategy, and then let me make this a little bit bigger. And then I'm gonna write the initialization function, which is the init, and this function basically, once you create an object for your class, this is what it's gonna happen. This is basically just setting up the trading strategy. You know, like for example, if you're going to play a match, you need to set up yourself. You need to buy everything that you're gonna use. You need to make sure that everything's okay. So this is basically it. You need to initialize everything that you're gonna use into the strategy. Okay? And this is what the init do. And this is basically called the initialize construct. So this basically gets executed once you create an object of that class. Well, let's say you don't get it, right? So you head to ChatGPT and ask it, explain to me what does the init method do as someone who does not have any prior knowledge in programming. Let's see. Imagine you have a new robot toy that you can program to do different tasks. When you first turn on the robot, it needs to set itself up, like checking its battery, making sure all its parts are working, loading its instructions. This is what I explained. It's just setting up your strategy, setting it up for the further use. So in programming, the init method is like initial setup for the robot. In Python program, when you create a new object like a robot or character in a game, init is the method that runs first. It's used to get the object ready with everything it needs to work properly. This might include setting initial values like a robot's battery level, or giving it the first set of instructions to follow. For example, if you have a robot program to draw pictures, the init method might set up the robot with a blank piece of paper and a pencil. So for example, if you're creating a bot that draws for you, you basically do the init function so that once it starts drawing, what it will do is it will give a blank paper and it will set up your cursor, which is the pencil, in the middle so that it starts from the middle and then draws. This is the init, just the initialization for your object. It's like the first step in getting new object ready to do its job in a program. It sets up all the basic things the object needs to start working. So this is the point here. Your trading strategy needs the initial values, uh, like the setting up. You need to set it up. You need to give it some initial values. So in this trading strategy, we will need to initialize uh, close equal to self.data dot close. I'm gonna set up the SMA 200 by I indicator of SMA close 200. Alright, and then I'm gonna say, so I need to set the upper hand, upper band I mean, and self the middle band, and the lower band equal to self the I indicator. I'm just setting up the uh, like the things for the trading strategy. The only way you understand what is the upper band, the middle band, the lower band, what is the SMA 200 is to understand the trading strategy itself, right? So, and this is a very long journey to understand the trading strategy itself, because it's not a long journey, but you will need to read its articles, you will need to read the PDF of it to understand how it works, right? So, give it a close, give it a time period of 200, give it a N, BDE, give it 2, and the down one, NBD, EV down, which is DN, it's 2, and a type of 0. Alright, perfect. Next step is now I initialized my trading strategy. I need to set up the next function, which get executed every time frame which you will be specifying in your data, right? You're gonna wonder how is all of these things getting done behind the scenes while you're not actually implementing it, because this would be a lot of work. But this is the power of backtesting.py, which we are using, which we inherit from, right? So the next function is gonna just check up for the prices, check up for the middle band, check up for the lower band, check up for everything, and then decide will will it buy or will it sell. So this is the whole point. Will it buy or will it sell? And this is dependent on the indicator, dependent on how the trading strategy goes. Okay, so you don't really have to understand the details behind coding the trading strategy, because as I told you, once you understand the trading strategy, you're gonna be able to code it with the help of ChatGPT. And after coding it, you're gonna backtest it. And I focus too much on how to backtest the trading strategy that you have written, because this is the content of the video, or this is what I'm aiming to teach you. So I'm gonna say price equal to the most recent price, alright, which is inside of the data, and the middle band equal to self that middle band most recent middle band, or the last middle band, and the upper band equal to self dot upper band minus 1, and finally the lower band equal to self dot lower band. Right, that's perfect. And the SMA 200 is the most recent SMA. These are the initial values, uh, and like these are just the values you're gonna start with. So in the next, you have set up all your things that you're gonna decide on if you're gonna buy or you're gonna sell. So I'm gonna set up an uptrend, which is a Boolean value. So asking if it's an uptrend, if it's a downtrend, which is if the price is greater than the SMA 200 and the middle band is greater than the SMA 200. And the downtrend, which is price, asking if the price is smaller than SMA 200 and the middle band is smaller than SMA 200. So it's basically, this is asking, is there a downtrend? Is there an uptrend? You get it? Because if there is an uptrend, you're gonna buy, and if there's a downtrend, you're gonna sell. Right. So we will check. We just wanna make sure that the position is not false. So I would say so if this is false, it's not gonna come here. It's not gonna execute what is inside of this if condition. I need to make sure that it's true. You need to make sure that it's false. I'm sorry, not true. So if it's true, you're not gonna get into here. And if it's false, if it's false, you're gonna get into here. If it's true, you're gonna get into here, right? So how to specify this? So we wanna say if self the position equal false. Well, no, we're not gonna do this. I'm gonna say if not self the position, because in this case, if self the position is true, then it's gonna convert it into false. So it will be true, you know? So basically, let's say self.position equal to true. If it's equal to true, it's gonna get converted to false. So it's not gonna get into here. But if it's equal to true, it's gonna get into here. So I'm gonna say if self.position is true. And here if self.position is false. So why? Because if this is false, if self-position itself is false, it's gonna be converted into true, so it will get into here, but it's actually false, not true. This is what the not is doing, right? So if there isn't a position, I'm gonna check uptrend. If the uptrend, I'm saying uptrend, it's not uptrend, it's uptrend and downtrend. All right. If uptrend, if there is an uptrend, which we specified here, this is gonna be true if there is an uptrend. If uptrend and the price is greater than the upper band, we're gonna buy, right? And if there is a downtrend and the price is lower than the upper band, we're gonna sell. Okay. This is if there is not a position. Okay. And this is where you're gonna enter, because if there is if there is not a position, it's gonna be the entry point for you, right? So if there is a position, then you have entered before, so you need to close the position. Okay, so I'm gonna say self dot position dot is long. If it's a long position, you're gonna check price. The price smaller than or greater or equal to SMA 200, and the middle band is smaller than or greater to SMA 200, or the price is smaller than or greater to self.data.open, the most recent open, the most recent price, which I'm checking for. I'm gonna say self.position.close. I'm gonna close the position. If it's a short position, let's self the position dot short. If it's a short position, what am I gonna do? I am going to check for something else. I'm gonna check if the price is greater than or equal to SMA 200 and the middle band is greater than or equal to SMA 200, or the price is or the price itself is greater than or equal to self.data.open, the most recent open. So if this is true, we're gonna close your position. Alright, that's it. This is our trading strategy. Perfect. So I have coded my trading strategy. I have used the indicator that TLab provides. I have used the indicator that TLab provides, right? So what I will do here, I will run backtesting. Let me download this data. I will do my backtesting on these data. So I need to read the data that I just downloaded. I'm gonna say data equal to pandas dot read CSV, and I'm gonna copy paste the path. Hold up. Alright, this is the path of my file. I'm gonna reverse the backslashes. Alright, I have read it. So I have read my file. So the next step is to convert the date time field. Well, let me make sure first if it's date time or date. We will open the file. Alright, so look, it's date time, not date. So what I'm gonna do in this case, I'm gonna make sure that the date time column is a date time type, right? So I'm gonna say data of, or I mean, date time column of data frame date time equal to pandas dot to date time. I'm gonna convert it to date time, and I'm gonna say convert the date time column of data date time, convert it into a date time field and save it into the same variable. And I need to set I set the date time as an index. So I'm gonna say set index. What I'm gonna set as index, I'm gonna set the date time, and I'm gonna say in place equal to true. I have explained this before. In place is to save it into the same data frame. I need to set the index, and I need to do some additional step, which is sorting the index and applying the modification on the same data frame. Alright, so next step is I'm gonna backtest the trading strategy that I just wrote. I'm gonna backtest it using the data that I just got from Luxy. I'm gonna give it cache, commission, and run my strategy. I'm gonna say bd equal to backtest. I have imported it this way. Backtest. I'm gonna give it the data, and I'm gonna give it the trading strategy that I just wrote, and I'm gonna give it cache, which is gonna be 10,000, just like before. So I'm gonna give commission of 0.002. Okay. I'm gonna get the results. I'm gonna save it into a variable. I'm gonna run the backtest strategy, and finally I'm gonna print results and show it. Let me clear this. Let me run the bbtb py bbtb.py. We have an error. BBA is not defined. I have wrote BBA, and yeah, it should be. The indicator is called BBA bands. I said BBA, so I need to say BBA bands. Right. So let me rerun. Clear. Rerun. Name prices. Oh, I have some mistake here. Line 37. Name. All right. So. Oh, perfect. It's working. Okay. Let me save it here this way and copy paste it like this. Alright, that's so perfect. Today we have backtested 3 trading strategies. We have backtesting the EMA, we have backtested the Bollinger Bands trend breakout trading strategy, we have backtested the EMA, and we have got the results. We have saved it into a comment. We're gonna keep backtesting every day until we get a lot of uh, backtested strategies, and in the end we're gonna pick one. We're gonna choose the best trading strategy among all of these, right? So I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you guys in the next video. I will be doing a stream every day, hopefully, and we will keep backtesting until we end up with a very good trading strategy. So don't forget to check the link, don't forget to check the algo trade camp, check out the comments, check out the contents. This is gonna teach you how to create your own trading bot. This is so interesting, just check it out. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed my video, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.